Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are right now. Welcome to the Loading Time Podcast, where we talk everything gaming, comic book, movies, and entertainment, and more. Use the hashtag Loading Time Pod on Twitter and check us out on YouTube. And if you are listening on any Spotify, any podcast, I had it. It was so smooth until that part. But if you listen to us on Spotify, or if you listen to us on any other streaming platform, give us a nice rating, give us 5 stars, please, and then drop a review, because that will really help us. And also engage with us on Twitter and everything, and argue with us. We like to argue.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do like to argue, because you guys, some of you guys have some stupid opinions.
I mean, sometimes I say something dumb as well, but
to be honest, people think I have stupid opinions as well when I said Monster Hunter is boring. But
I mean, who's playing?
I'm free to have my mind changed.
Can't. Monster.
But I'm not going to spend money to change my mind. So we're not going to talk about that. Speaking of opinions, so let's talk about opinions, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying these guys are stupid, because they're a very good platform. Mm-hmm. They're very smart.
Right, so who actually said?
Because they call the Nerd Council.
Oh, big up the
Nerd Council, yeah, big them up. They do very good content, and they just wanted to bring chaos. They wanted to bring chaos to the timeline, and they said Aizen is the greatest anime antagonist. Change my mind.
But wait, who from the Nerd Council said? Is that a?
They didn't say who it was. They didn't say who they were though.
Is this like a unanimous part of the group?
So some guy just decided to bring just. Well, they won't put their name. Put your name. Put your name. If you're bad, innit? If you're bad, say who you are.
No man, that's a wild opinion.
Wow, he's pretty great though. Aizen is a great.
Is he top 10?
But he's not. He's not.
When you think of iconic villains, that the first villain pops to you.
Dio, bruv. Dio is even more iconic than Aizen.
I don't know. I mean,
I think Dio is more iconic.
I guess
Actually,
I don't know. But I think because when you think big three villains, you think Aizen. Probably that's the argument. But even when you look at the big three, even Naruto had a lot of good villains.
Yeah.
Even like at least two of the villains are in your top 10 if you're like doing shonen. You know, you got Pain, you got Madara. Easily can be in your top 10 villains. Yeah. Even, I mean, I wouldn't say Orochimaru. Maybe like early on with Orochimaru, yes. Like after like he did the whole thing with the third Hokage, and then and then the Shippuden as well when he was fighting was it Four-tailed Naruto, whatever it was, One-tailed Naruto. One-tail at the time, he was the one-tailed beast. No, it wasn't one tail. It was like the four.
No, it came out with like 4.
It came out with 4 tails. When Jirai hinted that there's only been a couple of times it's been close to death. Yeah, and when he had to control 4-tailed Naruto, that was one of them. But that was, man. So let me just jump on Shippuden. It was so good. At that time, I don't think anything was beating. Yeah, nothing touched Naruto at that time. At that time, peak anime up until like Itachi versus Sasuke. Yeah. But when we're talking about even Itachi, bro. Even Itachi. Oh, come on, bro. Itachi.
Come on. Aizen. He's cool and everything, yeah. But the thing that made Aizen kind of at the time made him really good at the time was the twist of Aizen at the time, because like the reveal that he was the bad guy. Yeah. When he looked like this whole friendly guy. But when I was watching it for the first time, I was like, this guy with the glasses, I don't trust him, This guy, I don't trust him. And then he was dead. And I was like, oh, this guy ain't dead. He's not dead. I had a feeling it would be him. That's the main bad guy. And when it got revealed that it was the main bad guy, it was like, oh my God, it was Aizen.
Yeah. So it kind of hinted.
But I don't think... I think I'll probably put him in top 10, but I wouldn't put him... He's not the greatest anime antagonist.
Bro, even if we go into like anime with not as strong storylines as other top shonen manga, like Frieza.
Frieza, yeah, definitely.
When you think iconic villain, you think people say Frieza as well. Even though he was like
space racist.
Like, I mean, he was just evil for evil's sake. Like, he was just a bad guy because I'm powerful, I can control you, kind of thing. But just his mannerisms and just the way how cruel he was and how just very vindictive what he did. Yep. Enslaved the whole race of people just because killed their leader and then like enslaved their son and made him to be effectively an errand boy, eliminated the entire race of people, or practically made them extinct.
Yeah.
Nah, man, come on.
It's I think Frieza is. I will say Frieza is close. It's actually close. Even though we look at Dragon Ball Z and we're like, it doesn't actually have that much substance, yeah. But Frieza is such a well-written character that he's just like, even though Dragon Ball Z plot wise isn't have the deepest plot, Frieza is just such a. He's just, whenever Frieza appears, yeah, you just know he's there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason Frieza was kept out of all of the bad guys have died in Dragon Ball Z. There's a reason Frieza is the one that they kept, because Frieza is iconic. You see what I mean? The guy, he's a good one. He was just murdering every single person, bro. It was just
yeah. And it was it's the way he just wanted to not even challenge himself. It's like, you guys you're not even worth seeing my final form. I'll give you the first one, and then when the odds start to go against him, it's like, okay, let me just beef up a bit. I mean, when he was fighting Piccolo, I think it was what was this, his second form?
With the horns? No, the long head.
The long head, and then they're kind of going, him and Piccolo going by. Piccolo's like, he absorbed Nail, and he's like, oh, now I'm a super Namek. He comes in, and it's like, it's kind of powering, but you can tell Piccolo's, he's like having the veteran moves, he's moving around and stuff. Then Frieza's like, oh, let me just turn it up a notch. And then my guy was just lazy. Like he was playing. Bro, that scene, yeah, you just see Piccolo just getting shot like 1,000 times with these little, laser bullets and stuff.
He absolutely played with everyone. Even when Goku arrived, he played with him, bruv.
He played with him for a while as well, up until he got hit by a spirit bomb. He's like, okay, let me... And even then, even the spirit bomb didn't do it. Even the Super Saiyan thinks that, oh, okay, I need to really go ham down. And when he started powering up and everything, even though Goku could have killed him when he was powering up, he was like, oh, he's scared. I'm gonna try and attack him while he powers up. My friend just go finish the thing, bro. He just I want to see how strong he is.
Anyway. Well, in terms of the greatest, I don't know, man. I mean, he's a great anime antagonist. We probably have to do a whole episode on
I think top so 10. Because let's just assume they meant shonen, because if it's not shonen,
they didn't say shonen.
There's only one that comes. We know what number one is. Yeah, we know what number one is.
We know.
So
Griffith, bro.
Exactly. There's no
Griffith
other answer.
If you're talking about villains, yeah, Griffith is probably the worst.
It's a guy. Every time I think about him,
it just makes you angry.
Angry, bro.
It's like the levels of how Joffrey made us angry in Game of Thrones. Yeah. It's, this guy is such...
Oh yeah, Joffrey. To the point where people were were cussing him on the street. The actual actor, because they were Joffrey was a menace.
Yeah, we have to do greatest anime villains.
We just have to respectfully disagree with.
Yeah, we respectfully disagree, but we don't have the time to change your mind.
Yeah, no.
To be honest, and it's a matter of opinion. If someone says as is the greatest villain, you're free to think that.
I mean, you're wrong, but
exactly.
Maybe it'd be more of an argument if you said greatest villain in shonen. I still disagree.
Even then, I think Dio is a better villain than Aizen. Dio, yeah. Dio, people that are just bad for bad sake, yeah. Dio and Frieza. Dio is such a bad, he's for no reason, he's just bad. The first time you see him, he kicks a dog for no reason. No reason, he just kicks a dog. And then he starts fighting the mate. Dio is just a prick. Because he's a prick. And that is it. That's really it.
I can't even... I'm trying to think of the anime. Doesn't spring to mind.
Have you watched JoJo before?
That's why. Yeah, I've never watched.
Bruv, watch the first episode of JoJo. You'll be
which one? Because there's a couple of
the first series, the first ever, the first generation.
First.
If you watch the first episode, you're gonna be laughing your head off because you watch it. And you're like, is this supposed to be a comedy? Because you're watching, they do such stupid things. One guy's arm gets frozen, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, I can't use my powers. My arm is frozen. And one guy's like, I want to be useful. So he takes off his shirt. And then takes his guy's arm and then puts it on his chest. And he's like, I'm warming up your arm. Then he warm up your arm. But it's done so seriously. And you're like, Is this supposed to be funny?
Is he a penguin? Like, what the fuck?
It is one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my life. But I don't know if it's meant to be funny. That's the thing. And that's what makes JoJo so great. Because it's so dumb. It is so dumb. But it's so entertaining though. Really entertaining. So entertaining. But yeah, we'll do an episode.
Great anime villains. Yeah,
great anime villains. What are we moving on to next, man? What are we moving on to next?
Should we jump onto like anime announcements?
Yeah. There's been lots of announcements, man.
I mean, let's talk about the ones that, that I'm really, really excited about. First is JJK.
Yep. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Season 2 is announced.
And they're going straight into the Shibuya arc.
Which I'm kind of concerned about.
Why are you concerned?
Because there's a certain reveals that happen, and if you don't have any context to it, it might be a problem.
But maybe is the flashback in the Shibuya arc?
It's before it.
It's before it. Because in the poster they've shown
they show young Gojo almost.
Yeah, in the poster they've shown young Gojo and stuff like that. So they might still do it.
They probably, as Sean said earlier, they might just do it as
maybe it'll be a movie.
As a movie. But just that when do they do it? Because if they're saying they're announcing this in 2023, I'm thinking probably maybe first quarter, second quarter. When will they have time to do the movie? And they just released JJK Zero this year?
Yeah.
This year, yeah.
Right.
Because now it's available on Crunchyroll, so I don't expect them to announce another movie just straight after that. It'll be probably 2024. I'm thinking. Yeah. So when will they have the time to introduce, certain characters? Yeah. Unless they kind of skip. I just don't think they'll do it.
I don't think they'll skip it, to be honest.
I'm trying to think, do you need context for the guys that are going to be in... maybe you could afford to not have context to it. But then it won't be as big of a deal. Because the reason like certain things happen in Shibuya is because we saw the arc previous to the Shibuya incident. They're like, oh my God, look what's happened. So... I don't know. But I mean, they can't mess up shit. Do you know how hard it would be to mess up Shibuya incident? One of the best arcs in that, not just JJK, because that's a given, but in anime in general.
Yeah, that arc is serious.
That arc was just...
It's serious.
It was so good.
So much happened.
And they're going to animate it, and it's coming out just next year. Less than a year's time. Beautiful.
So sweet. Oh man, let's just hope. Is it still going to be the same studio?
I'm guessing it's going to be Mappa.
Let's hope so, because if one of the greatest disappointments was when One Punch Man Season 2 came out and it was a different studio and the quality just dropped so much. If you look at Season 1, the quality is like top tier. Season 2 it's not even... I didn't even bother watching it. Because I was just like, I'm going to read it. Because if an anime, the quality is... If they put enough investment behind it to make sure it's good quality, I'll watch it, even though I've read the manga.
Yeah.
But it's One Punch Man Season 2. I didn't even bother because the animation just really put me off.
I mean, I see no reason why they... Because I'm sure it's going to be the same studio that did Season 1. Because they have their cash cows. They're done with AOT. So, I mean... Then again, like a good studio doesn't make or break an anime. We saw, the same studio that did JJK did Yasuke.
Really? Is it the same? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, we saw how that panned out.
We do not speak about Yasuke.
Oh, that was such a disappointment, man. We had high hopes for Yasuke, man.
Yeah, we were rooting for them, man.
But yeah, I hope JJK is back. 'Cause, I'm looking forward to it because it's a really good anime. And manga in general.
Yeah.
Right, so the other things that got announced. Second one I'm kind of looking forward to is Nier Automata.
Yeah. Yep.
To one of the greatest, I think, most slept on games in the last 5 or 6 years.
That game, when we talk about like top, that's easily in my top 10.
Yeah, it's my top 10.
Yeah. Probably my top 5, to be honest, because it's just...
I could argue it. My top 5 interchanges as we talked about before. Yeah. So yeah, could sneak in there. But yeah, I mean, God, that game is ridiculous. Every time I think about that game, I think of the storyline. I was thinking, and then the final scene, it just killed it for me.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh my god! Maybe we should have one time just have an episode. We just talk about all spoilers on Nier Automata, but the things that happen throughout the game, and it makes you just question the human condition, morality, so many different themes, and how they're able to integrate that within gameplay as well. Made that final scene, bro. Oh my god! I can't even the soundtrack as well, and I can't. I don't want to spoil it. It's just if you have
because my spoiler for the anime.
If you've got
as well.
PS4, PS5, just play that game. I don't know how they're gonna integrate certain plot points into the storyline. But we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. I think he said it's not going to be a like for like anyway.
Yeah, they said basically, the director said that he wanted to actually be quite different to the game, to be quite major differences. But then his team were complaining. So it's gonna be similar, but like there's gonna be some differences in story.
I wonder if they'll keep that choice. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, man.
The hardest choice I've ever had to make in gaming. And no one's wrong, no one's right.
Yeah.
But I've seen what you do when you, because I know what decision I made when you did the opposite one.
Yeah. I went back and
I saw what happened. I'm like, I think I made the right choice.
Yeah.
I think I made the right. But there is no. If they add that in, yeah. Bro. Oh mate, but yeah. Nier Automata, man, such a good. Yeah, it's so really it's not. It doesn't get enough praise. Like a lot of people that have played it know how good it is, but not enough people have played it.
Yeah. It's one of those games that it's just like if you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Those sleeper hits. But yeah, everyone, if you've got a PS4, should be playing that game.
Yeah.
100%.
Trying to get Sean should have played it by now, but he never finishes his games. So
yeah, it's true.
He should play it.
I had that as well, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, there's some that I just have to finish. Like, if I'm hooked on it, don't care what happens, I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
But there's some you can, you interchange and like, I'll come to this later, and then you just do it. Sadly, I've done the same thing with Witcher 3. I started playing it and I just got, let me just play something. And now it's come to a point where I can't remember how to actually control my character. So I have to start again.
That's why I haven't picked up Witcher 3.
And I've done it already. I've done this twice with Witcher. Oh, mate, like, I can't remember the controls, and if you don't know what you're doing in certain, certain like progression in the game, you're just gonna struggle. So I think I'm gonna have to do it again.
Yeah. With The Witcher 3, I hadn't played the other two, so while I'm playing it, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, same. I think they give you a bit of a backstory.
I think so, maybe. I might need to just get the trilogy because I didn't. It's one of those games that I just never got into. Into the whole following of it, but Tega said that he really likes it, so, and he's always been suggesting it. Just the port for Switch is just not very good. So bloody Nintendo Switch. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Zelda, did we?
Oh yeah,
but we'll talk about it in a bit. In the game section. When it came
to the gaming section, the other things got mentioned in anime. We got Rurouni Kenshin remake.
Yep, Rurouni Kenshin.
Another classic anime that a lot of people don't.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did watch it. That was one of the first. When I started getting to proper anime, when you get past the DBZ stage,
you're like,
and the Pokemon stage,
I want substance.
What are the good? What are the top 20 anime of all time? You just kind of go through the classics like Trigun and Death Note, and Kenshin came on the list. It was early on in the list, so I watched that first one. I was like, wow, okay.
It's good, man.
It's aged a little bit, obviously, because it's like a 90s anime.
Yeah, and there's a formula of 90s anime.
Yeah, exactly. But the themes, the fight scenes and everything, really good. It's pretty good. So it's good that it's got a remake. I think it deserves a remake because it's aged quite a bit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do it. I watched the trailer and I was a bit confused. I'm not confused, but his whole... Obviously, it started from the past of him being a Ronin and everything, and then they bring him over to the future. But then, the present, and because he's famous for his blade, isn't it? And they just show it looks like he's just a normal blade. I'm like, maybe I'm just bugging.
Oh, no, it's they show that it's reversed.
Oh, okay, it's reversed stage. Okay, I wasn't too sure. Yeah, that's his kind of his trademark thing. But I'm looking for obviously Kenji. If they do the original storylines. I think I've read it like some complaints that like fans of Rurouni Kenshin had is that they just skipped a couple of arcs.
Oh, okay.
Good, yeah. So after that, you have the Shishio Makoto arc.
Yeah.
Then they just kind of jumped ahead to other arcs, and they were kind of sad that they didn't do. That there was quite good arcs that they just didn't do. So
yeah,
we'll see how many seasons this has. I guess the first season will probably be Makoto again, and then we'll see if they renew for second and third season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be good to see. That this is like the last arc in Kenshin is quite good as well.
Yeah. The one with the
guy with the shades.
Yeah. They need to remake Hakusho, you know.
You Hakusho. Yeah, they should, you know. Yeah. I never got to really. I've never watched it. Like I watched a couple episodes and I was trying to read the manga, but I haven't. I never really.
It's just one of those things, just kind of aged like 80s, 90s anime. I don't think it's Is it 80s? It's before Hunter x Hunter, maybe late 80s.
But people keep on talking about the drip though. The characters have some good drip. All the characters have drip for some reason. The fashion in that thing is good, man. 90s anime fashion is actually quite good.
Yeah, it's quite weird, yeah. Even 80s anime, like when you look back at that, when you look at Fist of the North Star, what's it, Ashita no Joe and everything, it's just, it's aged, man. They need to just... But they're good anime, but some of them are, I think you need to, remake them. But it's cool. Yeah, I'm all for Kenjin remake. What else is coming?
Mashle. So Mashle, the quality is pretty good. They actually dropped a trailer as well. Of it, and it looks quite good. Mashle is like it's an easy thing to read in it, and it's like One Punch Man. It's so easy to read, but like One Punch Man, even though it's a gag manga, I still find the plot interesting because like it's a gag manga, but like it's wrapped in like a whole like conspiracy and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when the main character shows up, you remember that it's a gag manga. You're like, how is this guy doing this? But with Mashle, I'm reading the manga and I'm reading it because it's just easy. It doesn't have a good plot. The plot is easy, but it's not meant to have a deep plot. It's actually meant to. It's a parody. It's a parody of all these battle mangas kind of stuff. But like the characters are just. The characters are quite funny. They all have like really weird quirks to them. But the main character it's like One Punch Man but with magic, basically. But I don't think it's he's also a gag character as well, because the stuff that he does, you're like, how the hell are you doing this?
Yeah, he's so strong.
Like he's one of the scenes is that they have it's like a parody of like Harry Potter, isn't it? Like them Harry Potter kind of thing. So like, of course he doesn't have magic, and then everyone's like, you have they have the flying classes in it where you're flying on the brooms. Yeah. And he doesn't have magic, so he can't fly on the broom, yeah. So and then he's racing somewhere, and what he does, the guy's flying, he's like, you can't fly. You're rubbish from a blind. He takes the broom and throws it. And it jumps on the broom. I was dying.
Jeez. I can actually imagine how that...
It's so dumb. I was screaming. I was like, how can they jump on the broom? It was so funny, bro. It was so funny. The early chapters, they were killing me, bro. Now it's going a little bit serious, but like, it's still funny, but it's a little bit more serious. But, bro, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's some funny moments in this thing, bruv. That is just like, this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, Mashle is entertaining, so I'm looking forward to that coming out. And it looks like it's animated well, but like, I don't really trust trailers that much because like, they're probably taking something from the first episode. They pump all their money into the first episode to capture everyone. Yeah, a lot of people do that. And then there's just subpar animation for the rest of the season.
I kind of like if it's like actual episodic, like this is from the episode, then it gives you a better idea. But that's what I like, kind of like the gaming stuff, which you should jump into now, because it did a couple of announcements. First of all, one of the more exciting ones being Tekken 8.
Tekken 8, mate. Yeah, man.
So that first trailer, and the creator of Tekken said that was actually from the gameplay itself. Yeah. So that the graphics that we saw there between
the mads
little fight between Jin Kazama and
the longest family
dispute. Bro, the Mishima beef has been running for
too much, bro.
As old as we are, mate. It's been 27 years plus.
That's mad.
From the beginning, from the time when Heihachi dropped Kazuya from the mountain. Kazuya himself now come drop Heihachi off the mountain. Heihachi comes off the mountain, throws Kazuya back into the volcano. Kazuya comes back and throws Heihachi back into the volcano at the end of 7. Then they said, that's the end of the Mishima arc. Yeah. And here we are. His son, big Kazuya versus son Jin Kazama, and we're back here again. But then what's Tekken without the Mishimas?
Yeah, it's nothing, bro. They're obviously gonna bring back like Cyborg or something.
Yeah, but the thing I like, they sometimes skip a series like Kazuya wasn't in Tekken 3, but he came back in Tekken 4. He actually wasn't in Tekken 5, but he came back in the other Tekken. So sometimes they do that, but you always have Kazuya, a Mishima that has like a Mishima type of style. It was through Kazuya was through Jin at one point. Yeah. And then they just interchange in it. So, but I don't know. Tekken without a Mishima, like one of the Mishimas is weird, man. It's weird. It is a bit no weird. Electric, fist and everything. And speaking of Tekken, though, it's so hard to get into as well. Like to actually play the game, like compared to at a decent level. It's too difficult.
It's quite hard. I didn't even realize like with the controls, it's quite weird. Just because it's like you got like. It's not, normally you have low punch, hard, medium punch, hard punch. It's more about the height of what you're attacking, isn't it? Like,
so high, mid, low.
Yeah, so the low kick is actually attacking lower, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. It's like almost like you have to block low, block mid, block high. And then even if you even got the movements down in Tekken as well, like the side steps and like the back dashes, or what they say, Korean back dashes, where you can cancel a back step so you go back faster. And you can wave dash, which makes you move forward faster. If you haven't got those things down, then it's long for you. Let alone actually trying to do the inputs for the moves. Like to do some people, like they tell beginners don't start with Mishimas, because to be a good Mishima, like Heihachi, Kazuya, Jin, you have to know how to do like a move called electric Godfist. So you don't know how to do that, then there's no point doing it, because you just won't get no damage coming from your combos. So imagine people told you, you actually have to practice this probably like a couple hours a day just to actually do the inputs.
Yeah, I used to go to the training mode and try and do all the combos. Like I used to try and do the king one, the long king. That thing was long, bro.
That wrestling combo that King
could do it. My pastor could do it.
Oh, yeah.
He would kick my ass at Tekken, bro. He could use Yoshimitsu, King. He did the whole combo.
What's the first Tekken you got into?
Tekken. I first played Tekken 1. At an arcade back in Nigeria. But the first console one I played was Tekken 2.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. My cousin had it on PlayStation. But he had the demo in it.
Right. Yeah.
We had the demo.
When you look at Tekken 2, the music is it's typical PlayStation 1
typical
music. It's like it sounds like a little piano.
And the techno.
Yeah. And then Tekken 3's music, I to this day I love it. Like they just kind of stepped up the music. Like everyone's like main character theme is so fire.
They really stepped it up.
And every black person played Eddie in Tekken 3.
Yeah.
The button mashing king. He's the king of button mashing. You press 2 buttons, but circle and X. That's all you need, bro. You press first circle to do that little, and then you start doing that spinning thing. You just keep mashing circle and X. You do all the time.
My gosh. And law, you just tap punch.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Just tap punch.
Quarter circle forward, triangle. That's it. That's what you need to do.
Every now and then do a backflip.
Oh yeah, do the frogman and you just come up and I love the guy characters they had in Tekken 3 as well with Gon. They like the dinosaur that he's in. Like,
why did they even put him in?
He was so OP that he was the strongest character in the game. They had to ban him from competitive tournaments.
Oh my god!
Because he was just.
Every time we hit him, it's shiny, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You can't hit him. He has like ridiculous hitboxes and hurt boxes. He's impenetrable. You can't hurt him with the fire. You know when you use the main boss True Ogre and you use that fire move that goes up and blows the fire. He doesn't get hurt from it. So like he broke fire, he gets hit, but he doesn't lose. It doesn't get damage. So imagine playing him in competitive play. That's a ban him. It's a joke.
Oh my days! Just like how they had to ban Sonic in Smash Brothers.
Oh right,
from some tournaments.
Did they ban Ice Climbers from Smash?
Did they?
Yeah, because Ice Climbers has like this unbreakable move where they hold you and then they just kind of pummel you constantly chip damage on you until you get to like you can do it forever basically. Once they grapple you, that's it. It's a wrap. Just dum 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 dum. They plonk you that little ice picker, pew pew pew, and then just. There's some ridiculous characters, man. It's hard to balance some characters. It's a good thing that we have patches nowadays.
Yeah. Thank God for that. Because
you remember because in Tekken when Leroy came, you know that everyone was like, "Oh, Leroy's such a cool looking character," but he was like so OP to the point when they have like the competitive Tekken tournaments when the pro gamers play.
Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy Smith in Tekken 7. Then the black guy with the dreads.
Oh yeah.
Smith,
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, basically.
No, Wesley Snipes. No, Wesley Snipes. Who else is he? Does he look like? He's just a black man.
This is like Targaryen. Game of Thrones now. They copied his drip. But yeah. No, he was just so overpowered that there were like 3 or 4 of the same characters within Tekken. He just came out and a month or two later, they had 3 or 4 of the same character in the top 8, what they call it, basically like the semi-finals of the competition. So like, we have to patch him. So they patched him, they nerfed him, reduced his power levels and stuff, and just
was that broken?
Yeah, it was ridiculously broken.
Oh my days!
They had the same problem in Tekken 5 with Bob, the fat guy, that new character that came in. But at the time they couldn't patch him, so he was in every single fucking tournament final, semi-final. You have 2 or 3 of the same characters in there. When you have like 2 or 3 of the same characters, it basically means your character is broken.
Wow.
You know, it should kind of be like, you know, quite balanced, like 1 character per finalist or whatever. When you're having 3 or 4 of the same character, it's not a good look for the game.
Wow, okay.
It means you didn't balance them properly.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Thank God for patching, bro, because...
patching to save people, boy. Oh, God. Because back in the days of PS2... When did patching really become a thing? PS4? Like that that generation.
Something like that.
Yeah, you know, you couldn't afford to put in... You know, you couldn't afford to kind of publish a broken game, share a broken game out, because you can't fix it. So it just end up being a critical or commercial bomb once they find out, imagine, by the way, I can't finish this game because of a game-breaking bug. What do you do? Sonic 06, what do you do?
You have deadlines.
Yeah, well, okay, you got deadlines. You fix, don't make it, come on, don't be putting a bug that they can't finish the game. Like, bro, like, just imagine, game comes out, the biggest game, God of War Ragnarok comes out, game breaking bug, can't finish the game if you didn't.
Yeah, it's actually
if you don't save it right. It
ruins games nowadays, like flipping happy with Edge Run, not Edge Run, Cyberpunk, yeah. Cyberpunk, yeah. I've watched the anime of it. It's pretty good.
I watched first one.
I watched quite a few. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, because I watched the Tekken one. It was on.
Yeah, the Tekken one was just
average. It's kind of like watching a weekend and you haven't got that much to do. But yeah, it wasn't a great storyline. So yeah, Cyberpunk is worth for.
Edge Runners is good, man. It's kind of giving Cowboy Bebop vibes, kind of a bit. Not in the sense of its themes, but like the way the episodes are structured. They're not really related to each other that much.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an overall like kind of there's a plot, but it's not like next episode is carrying on from this plot and this plot. So there's like things happen and you're like, okay, that episode's finished. Next one.
Oh, because judging from the first episode, I thought it would be a continuation of that.
Yeah,
story.
episode 1 and 2 kind of continue.
Oh, okay.
Then the third one is like, okay. Fourth one, okay. And it's not until I watched like maybe episode 5 or 6 that it kind of it's a bit unfair. There's a little bit of plot development in all of them, in all the episodes, but generally they're just doing something, like they have a job that they're doing and then they put a little bit of a plot development thing in there. but it's not like the whole episode is about developing that plot. But it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good.
I'll try and continue because I was watching it, but then I got distracted with Cobra Kai. And once I start Cobra Kai, I always finish it one sitting every time. The past 3 seasons, I finished them all in one sitting. Just go through it. Cobra Kai is so sick, man.
It's good, man. I thought this season was a bit weak though, compared to the other ones.
So there's so much they can do because now they've kind of
the plot lines are
they've exhausted the tournament kind of settings, and they didn't really focus on it that much this season. It's just like one episode. I think they did the whole tournament kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still interesting.
It's still good though.
Yeah, I like Terry Silver. I liked his kind of plot lines and stuff, and then kind of developing characters, and it's decent. Well, I don't know which was my favorite though.
I think
maybe season 2.
I think
maybe season 2.
When season 2 when they had the fight in the school.
Yeah,
the school brawl. Yeah, was that season 2? Season 1 was the first tournament, wasn't it?
Oh yes, the first tournament when Cobra Kai kind of becomes a thing.
And season 2 was a school brawl. Yeah, that was a good season. 2 and 4. Like the tournament in season 4 was just like I was like, raw.
Yeah, I had the best fight in the series.
Fighting in that, I was like, am I watching the same show?
Yeah, they put a lot. You can tell they put a lot of like time and love into that tournament. No, I can see why they didn't like this one because it felt a bit weaker.
Yeah,
I kind of predict. I knew he was going to win. I was like, he's going to win. He's going to win, and I got them both right. But the first one, I didn't think.
Yeah.
I don't think it will turn out the way it did, which is good.
Yeah, it's a good show, man.
Yeah,
it is. Probably have one more season in them, to be honest.
I don't know. It can even it can't end here because you know it's going to be another tournament arc, but it felt like it could have. Because what more do you do? Like the 2 main guys are gone, kind of.
Yeah. And all the kind of beef, people are just squashing their beef and stuff like so. So it's
like what more can they do?
Yeah, there's only certain things that they haven't.
I don't know how they. How can they really wrap up?
They haven't wrapped up the thing with the black kid completely yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And some people have changed sides as well, so they have to wrap that up in the next season, and they obviously have the next tournament. So so that's probably when it's going to end.
I think it's got one more season and that's it really. I don't really see how they can continue it.
Yeah. Speaking of karate. I'm trying to karate. Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah.
Street Fighter 6.
So pretty.
Looks so good, man.
So pretty.
Looks so good. I was scared that Ken was a hobo in the first. When
they leaked out, still hobo.
He looks a bit like a hobo, doesn't he? But he looks like a rich hobo. You know when someone like rich, they're like when they're like hipsters, but they look poor because they have money. They actually pay to look poor.
Oh right.
Yeah. That's how Ken looks in this game.
He looks troubled. Everyone was like saying, "Oh, what happened to Ken?
Has he been divorced? What's going on?"
Yeah, everyone's like, "What's going on? Working in construction? Gosh. What's going on, bro? You used to be a millionaire."
Yeah, man.
Hardly trained and still was on par with Ryu. You know. I always find that funny. Like everyone's like, "Oh, who's stronger, Ryu and Ken?" Like, well, obviously it's Ken is because he doesn't really train, and he's still on par with Ryu. And Ryu's going around the globe trying to learn all this stuff.
Let's see. Yeah,
I like the little single player campaigns that they've added. You know, you can customize your character. It looks like a little story mode, like in terms of like you create your own character and you kind of go along learning different techniques and stuff which you can learn and then use during gameplay. So imagine being able to do a shoryuken and also being able to do a flash kick, for example. It's interesting concept.
Yeah, man.
Just hope they do the online properly. As well as you can actually play online without, so much lag and stuff. Because that's the reason I stopped playing Street Fighter 5. It got to a point I just couldn't play online, so I left it.
No Balrog though, in the release lineup.
Yeah, but he never comes. I think he'll come up eventually, either Dudley or Balrog. You always gotta have a boxing character.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came up in season 2. God, was he OP? Apparently, he was so OP in season 2. It was a joke. Like, he was winning tournaments. They were just like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, they had Street Fighter 5 earlier on, they had balancing issues, man.
Yeah.
They had so many. That's what you're always gonna have with fighting games, because once you start playing them competitively and you start realizing, you can just do certain things over and over and over again without little to no consequence, is always a problem. And then they just eventually having to patch it out of the system. So usually when you have these main characters that they don't balance properly and they come in and just end up smoking everyone. And when Barrow came in, when I think what's another character? Akuma that came in, he was OP for time.
He was, yeah.
There was this movie does it's like a free getaway from the corner. When you get pushed to the wall, you basically, the closer you are towards the wall, like you kind of messed up. You shouldn't really be in the wall because you have less defensive options. But with Akuma, there was a way you can get out of the wall with literally like no consequence. You just do it and you get out of the wall anyway. It doesn't matter what, even if you predict it's going to happen, there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, it's things like that it's difficult to balance characters properly, but you kind of have to keep it competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's so many like different storylines story modes in, not necessarily story modes, but single player modes in Street Fighter, which look quite interesting. They're bringing back the. You can break the car. It's fun. And it's like even like a volleyball kind of. I don't know if it's like a volleyball thing. I think they got Tekken did that one time as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They're kind of taking these little fun little gag things. You can add obstacles and basically make it like smash and stuff. Then add little So that's quite interesting. Yeah, it'd be quite interesting to do that when you're with friends and stuff. Just make it fun.
Yeah, man. It looks great, man. Looks great. Looks like miles better than Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, Street Fighter 5. Yeah, funny enough, Street Fighter 5 looked like everyone's like, oh, this is the best looking Street Fighter 5 so far. Compared to 4, I never liked the way 4 looked. Even back then, they just looked so like
they look so wedge, didn't it?
Yeah, wedge, and then they had the shaded graphics and stuff. Because now they look a bit more, not necessarily more realistic.
Well, it really looks wedge.
Yeah.
This guy is wedge.
Because I remember originally they wanted to make Street Fighter look very realistic.
Yeah.
And then they changed them. Well, so Street Fighter 5 they wanted to make more realistic.
Really?
Then they changed their mind. Then they tried to do the same for 6, and then they completely scrapped the whole thing. And they just redid Street Fighter 6, and now it looks the way it does now. So
that is wedge, bruv. It's just bare wedge.
He looks dope. And the characters, even the black Capoeira, like kind of or ninja / Capoeira,
the black ninja.
Yeah. It looks quite interesting. And they have the drunken master and stuff.
Yeah.
It's always fun to play like these drunken characters. So yeah, we'll see how happens.
Yeah, man. Looks great, man.
Yeah, it does look good. I'll probably get Street Fighter instead of Tekken. Tekken is just it's too difficult to play, man.
Is that DJ
thing? Who?
On the top right? I haven't seen DJ in ages. Do you remember DJ from?
Yeah, I remember DJ, Jamaican guy. Yeah, I ain't seen him in a minute still. Well, this is like the lineup that they.
Just the lineup.
Yeah. Who's this on the next two?
Well, underneath Dawson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's a new character. There's quite a few new characters.
Yeah, there's a new character in the top.
Yeah.
Even though, those two, I've never seen them before.
Yeah, so there's lots.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they the first like vanilla lineup, they introduce at least like 12 or so characters and get people to kind of play around with them. But yeah, it should be good, man. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8.
That's good, man. That's good.
Looking forward to it.
Then we had a trailer. I won't even call it a trailer. A very short teaser for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
And they're calling it Tears of the Kingdom. Legend of Zelda
an actual sequel.
Tears of the Kingdom. This is the first. Actually, no, it's not the first sequel. Majora's Mask was a sequel.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It was a sequel to Ocarina, wasn't it?
They've done sequels before. Yeah, they've done sequels.
There's a second sequel.
Yeah, they've even done like a sequel to Link to the Past as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Link Between Worlds is a sequel to it. Yeah, they've done quite a few sequels actually. They got a few sequels. Well, this one is it makes sense. Breath of the Wild was brilliant. It's so good.
Did you even finish it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh, right, you did.
I finished it, but I didn't do all of the, like, I'm not going to do all of the missions.
No,
but like, there's like a secret boss that I haven't fought. And to get to that secret boss, it's long. It's long, and I haven't tried. I'm gonna try and do it before the next game comes out. I'm probably not gonna succeed. But like,
said the same with God of War.
Boy, God of War. I knew I wasn't gonna do the secret bosses.
With the Valkyrie.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bother. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. I can't do this. But God of War. I think my main criticism of God of War was the. I found the. How can I put it? The way you equip your character with different stuff I found it quite too much, so I just kind of got put off. So for example, getting all the new armor and stuff, and then going to the blacksmith to make new armor, and then I think the user interface really just put me off, to be honest, because I didn't really know what was going on most of the time. Yeah. So a lot of information.
I found out later on how to actually use the powers that you equip. You can freeze time. I just didn't know how to do it.
I didn't. Boy, I just finished the game. I stopped. I wanted to get through the story. That's why I finished. I was like, I wasn't going to bother doing the side quests because I was like, it's just long for me, bro. It's just long. So I didn't bother fighting the Valkyries. Sean fought the Valkyries. Apparently they're really tough.
Yeah, they are quite difficult to fight. Yeah, I remember they one-shot you, boy. even the side bosses, they were just one-shotting me. I was thinking, Jesus.
Yeah. Were you playing on hard?
Yeah. One-shot instant. Oof.
No mercy. But yeah, Zelda. Zelda was it looks good though. It looks good, but they didn't really show much in this teaser. That's my problem with Nintendo sometimes. They don't really show much sometimes. It's a Pikmin 4, by the way.
Is what?
Pikmin 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I kind of missed that.
I like this. I just like the music.
Tekken loves Pikmin. But yeah, it looks good. They showed a bit more about the mechanics, but they didn't really reveal much. It was just still shrouded in a lot of mystery. But they said there's a name change. There's an actual name for it. And it looks like there's a lot of the elements of this. You're really going really high up. Like you have the Hyrule underground that you're familiar with in Breath of the Wild, but then you can go really high up to some other areas. So just kind of expanding the map. I want to see what they do differently with what they have already. But it looks good, man. Looks good.
Zelda's been around for a bit, and they've been able to kind of reinvent things and change things up.
They had to.
Same as Mario. Like it's so hard, like it's so difficult to do it. It just makes you feel, why can't Sonic do it?
They're trying now.
Huh?
They're trying now.
Yo, Sonic Frontiers. People say it's surprisingly good.
They did some good PR, bruv.
Yes, they say it's not as bad as it initially looks.
No, it looked terrible. I still don't think it looks great. Well, I will knock them for trying something a bit different, But I'm still convinced that it wasn't meant to be a Sonic game, and they just put Sonic characters in there.
That'd be fun if it actually comes up. Say, this is supposed to be Sonic and Chaos, and we just thought, why not just put Sonic in there? See what happens. But we need to reanimate. No, just put the skin. Just throw the model in there, because when it first came out, it just looked terrible. The model, the animated really weird. It just looked weird. It looked like a testing game. When someone just gets a model and puts they're just testing mechanics. Yeah. Let me test the Unreal Engine. Boom.
Yeah, it looks like one of those things, and it's just like, what are you guys doing here? And why are you showing it at
It looks like a fan fiction game.
Yeah.
What are those fan fiction Sonic games called? Like Sonic Omens. Sonic Omens. Oh boy, we'll see what happens. I'll see what the reviews say, and then
it might be decent. I don't think it's gonna be great. I don't think it's gonna win any awards or anything, but it might actually be an okay game. Like with Sonic Generations was a good game. So every now and then they'll release a game that's good, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Most likely it's not gonna be great, to be honest.
It's hit and miss. You just don't know.
They just sniff cocaine and had to make a game. That's what they do. They just sniff cocaine and make a game.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, we didn't talk about, even though we mentioned Ragnarok, we didn't talk about the trailer that got released.
Oh, the trailer.
That was one of my favorite trailers.
I need to watch it again, I don't think I was focusing too much when I watched it.
Nah, yeah, because I watched it over and over again, and I was kind of looking at the things that they were.
That's the one with when the guy shoots the arrow and this guy kind of...
Yeah, this guy comes out, I didn't see the two wolves kind of, or one of them just jumps in and kind of eats the moon or the sun or whatever.
Yeah. I'm interested in where the story's going, because obviously we got some like mad reveal at the end of a couple crazy reveals.
Yeah.
At the end of the first one. Spoiler. That you all this time you've just been raising Loki.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's crazy, wasn't it?
Right, okay. So I just want to see how that lines up with like the mythology. Will he give birth to a horse? Maybe.
Mm-hmm. He's probably gonna turn into an animal stuff, because they kind of hinted at in the first game.
Really?
Yeah. You know, when Kratos tells him he's a god, then he says, "Oh, can I fly, or can I turn into something?" So that's probably gonna happen. Then they find Tyr as well in the trailer. They show Tyr, so he's still alive. They show Odin. If you notice, the old man that knocks on the door. That's Odin. And obviously the sick one with Thor and millionaire and the Leviathan axe coming together, and
man, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, man.
I hope it's gonna be great.
It's coming out November.
Oh damn, we got a lot to play.
Yeah, man.
God, I need to get a job so I can buy this game.
Well, yeah, you go buy a PS5, then buy.
I didn't buy a PS5. I buy this game. I'm gonna be rich, but I'll be rich by November. It's okay. I'll be rich, bruv.
Yeah, that's the game. I need to pre-order that. I might pre-order it in October or something. Yeah, it's not long there. It's true. Yeah,
and Zelda's coming out in December next year.
Yeah, you got time for that.
Bloody, that's ages.
I don't think there's any other big game that's coming out this year except for God of War.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one. That's probably the biggest one coming out.
There's a lot of games I haven't played, like Ghost of Tsushima. A lot of people say it's really good, but I've just never played it.
I need to get back. I think I feel like I tell myself, when I get a PS5, I'll get back into gaming.
Wow, no,
probably not.
Bro. I haven't touched my PS5 in like 10 weeks.
I think I need to get games that I'm like It Takes Two and stuff, so that like Deborah can play along with me. And she will complain that I'm playing video games. I was playing Sonic with her the other day. Yeah.
Oh, Romania.
Yeah. I was like, you can be Tails. It's quite funny. yeah.
Can't even say what I was saying. Well, yeah. I need to. I always say I need to play a game this weekend. I just don't end up doing it. So
yeah.
I'll try again next weekend.
Yeah, I have a game to finish, which is Flynn, Son of Crimson. I'm on the last boss. That boss is brutal, absolutely brutal, and I'm fully spec'd as well, and I'm struggling.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard, bruv. But it's one of those games that you just kind of look at the attack patterns and learn it, and then react. So you have to die loads of times.
I just clocked the Black Crisis Core remake is coming out this year.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, so I might. Well, no. Let me get Ragnarok first, then we can talk about other games afterwards. Because I don't need to add more games to the collection of dust. Because a lot of the games I bought, they're just collecting dust in my wardrobe.
Yeah. Don't want them things, bro. We don't want them things. Should we move on to spoilers?
Yeah.
Let's move on to spoilers, mate.
Do it, bro.
You just read My Hero Academia, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
Yep. Guy was about to go Super Saiyan. Yeah. What are your thoughts? On what's going on?
I mean, it's quite interesting, but I just want to see how it's gonna happen with Deku and All For One / he has All For One basically now.
Yeah.
Those Shigaraki. He was about to go all crazy and stuff, and then he be able to control himself.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
The chapter before when they had to distract Shigaraki, and Mirio said, "How can I distract him? Yeah. He just said, "Look at my ass."
why would? Yeah, I mean,
he was desperate, bro.
He's kind of dumb like that anyway. I mean, he's crazy and he's so strong. Everyone loved Mirio when he first started. Then they just made him a side character.
Yeah.
He was anyway. That Overhaul was one of my favorite arcs. The one with Overhaul and Night Eye.
Yeah, that was a really good arc.
I just feel that just kind of it didn't really mean anything at the end of the day. I don't know. They should have done a time. We've talked about it so many times. We don't need to talk about it again. It just feels like they should just end it and be done with it at this point. Yeah. I'm just kind of reading it because it's habitual. I'm not really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's how it is at this point. I'm very interested in how it ends.
Yeah.
How he ends up beating Shigaraki. Of course, like Thingy, we know what's his name. Bakugo is gonna come back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be useful in that fight. So something's gonna happen with him. But we'll see. We'll see how the fight ends. Like, obviously, he's trying not to. He doesn't want to kill Shigaraki. You see what I mean? He's trying to get Shigaraki out of the thing.
Even that I find ridiculous. Kill the guy, bro, man. Look what he's done to your friends. He's caused the death of so many people. Heroes. He's destroyed basically society as you know it.
Yeah.
And you're still trying to feel sorry for him. Oh, he's just a lost little kid that needs help. And just take his head off, man. Just remove his head. Not everyone can be redeemed, bro. I'm just dead. He's killed to me. Come on, man. Like, how many people has he killed? Even his own family. Big man. Anyway, it's a joke. But anyway, it is what it is. Whatever spoilers. JJK.
That thing's been good, man.
It has been good.
The last 3 chapters of this fight has been so sick, man.
Yeah, it has.
Such a sick fight. And the thing I like about JJK again, it's not about power levels. It's not about power. It's about technique and application.
That's what you need to do. Just kind of keep it. These are the rules, and then they're the ways that you can kind of bypass them. You don't have to be the strong. Oh, I have all the cursed energy in the world. I win. It's not like that in JJK, which I like. It's how you apply them. If you don't apply them correctly, then you lose.
Yeah. It's like what's been happening? So I can never remember anyone's names, honestly.
I'll try.
When the sumo guy comes, so when like the sumo guy and then the sword nerd, guy came, I was just like, who are these random guys, bro?
Yeah.
Part of me does feel a bit like that the guy's writing characters in order to give them an opportunity to win, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, where did this sumo guy come from? Because you haven't, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't remember them actually mentioning the sumo guy. I don't remember them mentioning the sword guy either.
No, they didn't.
It's just like, he wrote them there in order for, what's the name? Sumaki?
Yeah. To win.
To win, yeah. Which is good. I don't mind them doing that, but like it's the sort of thing. It's just like, okay, before you do resurrection thing, maybe you should have mentioned these people before, so that it has a bit more. It's
kind of hard to though, unless you mention all of the potential players in the Cunning games.
Yeah,
because there are some people that have come back to life. They've been resurrected.
Yeah, just
for the sake of this game. It's hard to do it, but I can see where it kind of feels like they're just plot devices. Yeah, like the comedian guy that comes in.
Yeah.
It's a plot device.
They feel like a lot of plot devices. Yeah. It's still enjoyable. I really like it still, but like, yeah, while I'm reading, I'm just like, these guys came from nowhere though. These guys kind of came from
nowhere. Too many new characters just coming in just for the sake of this game. It's just kind of confusing. I keep forgetting their names. Like, one arc comes in, you have a new guy that comes in. Okay, he's kind of fight. He's quite strong. Then in the next couple of chapters, 2-3 new guys come in, and you just can't remember everyone. Bleach had that same problem anyway, man. That's how I always forget people's names in Bleach, especially when it came to the Quincy's.
Yeah. No point.
Even the rankers at one point, but that was kind of top. You had 10 strong guys. Okay,
at least you can remember. Okay, this is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 2.
Yeah, but when it came to the Quincy's, I just stopped trying.
There's no point.
Even the people that announced as the Quincy's in the upcoming trailer, the anime, I was like, who's that again?
Completely forgot the guy that even existed.
I do remember the top 2 guys, Yuha Bark and
the guy with the burning fingers.
Yeah.
There was a guy with long hair as well.
God.
I don't know, bruv.
I ain't no anime historian, innit? So
yeah, but yeah, JJK is good, looking good. So this fight is over, and it's just because that's what we were talking about. We were talking about what's the how does the system, the magic system work in JJK? Was like you said, they say there's curse technique, curse energy, which most people have, unless you have something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Then there's curse technique. So curse technique isn't okay. Oh,
so curse technique is like a bloodline. It's almost like a Kike Genkai. Like just certain people have it, certain people don't.
Okay, and it's like the blood one.
Yeah, that was come down from a generation.
So that's a curse technique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another curse technique is
Gojo's eyes.
Gojo's eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
But I want to keep. It's not just bloodline. It's like Sukuna has a curse technique. You know, infinite shrine, and that's his domain expansion. But like his curse technique, to able to cut things into certain.
Okay. I thought bloodline technique. Bloody hell.
No, curse techniques are kind of like Kike Genkais. Like not everyone has them.
But so he can get what?
You know, in bloodline limits in Naruto, Kike Genkais. You know, like those are passed down from clan to clan.
Okay, cool.
But think of curse techniques as a combination of like either Kike Genkai or ninjutsu.
Okay.
Can create your ninjutsu, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
With exceptions like Lee. And then think of Lee as one of those rare exceptions of people that doesn't have any cursed energy, but they can still fight.
Yeah, fine.
Maki, Rock Lee.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Makes sense, fine.
Yeah, so, and Mike Guy in a sense. So that's kind of how it is.
Okay. But then,
but you can't eliminate curses without cursed energy.
That's
so Maki can't actually, if she was just a brawl, so she can't.
Yeah, she can't get rid of.
She can't get rid of him unless like she has a sword imbued with cursed tool, like a cursed tool. That's it. Something imbued with cursed energy. That's why she's able to kill. People with like with a sword and stuff.
Right. Okay. Bloody hell.
And then there's binding vows.
Which is what makes what is that again?
It's kind of like in Hunter x Hunter where you can make yourself stronger.
Okay, so what Kurapika does himself to make yourself stronger.
Make yourself stronger. But the only exception with binding vows, you can't do that to yourself. It's like it just happens for some reason. I think, as far as I know.
So Yuji has a binding vow on him, doesn't he?
But he doesn't know.
But he doesn't know that he has a binding vow on him. Yeah. Okay.
And Maki has a binding vow for some reason. Toji has a binding vow, but I don't know why he had. Sorry, I should have said that. No, it's a spoiler. I told you.
I mean, we're already with the spoiler section.
Yeah, it's fine. Fair enough. Yeah, it's spoiled. I'll stop talking. But yeah, so yeah, some people have binding vows and they don't know. Some people have binding vows and they do know, or they've forgotten. Yeah, it's just weird.
There's a lot going on.
It's not too complicated when you read back the manga and everything. They kind of explain how cursed energy works, and it's like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
but it's just that they explained it so early on
that you forget.
When you just kind of get into the game, and you forget. So when you get back into it, like, oh yeah, cursed energy, cursed technique, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that I have questions though, because it's just like, okay, so where's the girl with the hammer? Is she dead or is she not?
I think she's dead.
But they're like, oh, what happened to her? And they didn't answer.
I think she's dead.
I think she's dead, yeah.
I think they didn't also say that
her face got blown off, bro.
Doesn't expect a good ending.
Oh, for JJK.
So like, you're one of the three of them are gonna die. Of either Yuji, Fujigura, and Nobunaga.
Well,
but we'll see. They said the same with Attack on Titan, didn't they?
Oh, okay, fair enough. We'll see. It's sounding good. It's looking good. When that gets animated, I
can't wait, man. Shibuya Incident.
It's so good. So I actually had to go back and read it again because so much happened in that arc. And then I remember that I missed out a couple of chapters or something maybe. So at some point I was like, what's going on? Why are these two working together now? Like the blood guy and Yuji. I was like,
yeah,
what's going on there? But something, I can't remember why.
Didn't he have a dream that was that they were related or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. He thinks that that's his brother.
Yeah. But I can't remember
also,
why.
the blood guy thinks that Yuji is his brother.
Why? But why? I can't remember why.
It was just like a dream or something that they had, that they were brothers or something, linked somehow.
Okay.
And then you see it, anyway, it's getting too much into it.
Too much. But yeah, it's vibes. Next spoiler. One Piece. One Piece has some stuff. So they revealed, like, the previous chapter was quite revealing in that what Luffy has another, like, it's not just to be Pirate King, but he wants to do something else.
Yeah.
But they haven't said what that thing's gonna be. And everyone was shocked, but they didn't actually say what it was. So there's a little bit of mystery around Luffy there.
Yeah.
And then the new what do you call it? The Pacifistas.
Yeah, the Seraphis or Seraphs.
Yeah. Those are. I was like, what's this kid? Because they look like the demon characters. They look like the demon tribe, with the wings. But then they said, they're Pacifistas. I was like, oh, raw. But like one of them they look like certain characters.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. So where they're going with that, I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's quite a major development. The most recently read the one this week, right?
Yeah, I did with
Vegapunk.
Yeah.
That chapter was funny, bro.
Dr. Vegapunk.
Yeah. Well, this time we thought Vegapunk was an old man, but
yeah, it was actually like a young girl.
It's a young girl.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't come here to save you. I came here to.
When she punched the shark.
Yeah.
I was dying. I was like, what the hell is going on?
But yeah. Did they even talk about what happened 2 weeks prior with how they blew up the island?
Oh, yeah.
That for me, that was a massive, like.
That was mad. No, because what was it? Kobe was about to, not Kobe.
Sabo
was about to, he was about to say?
Something to reveal that the throne isn't empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically, it kind of trying to expose Emu, and then Emu just
wiped out the entire.
Just put X on it and just wiped it out. They even logged, so they were hacking into the call that Sabo was doing to the Revolution Army, and as soon as they mentioned the empty throne, they said this call never happened. Cut off all. That was the math I was reading. I was like, just cut off all communication now. This phone call never happened. Emu just got a pencil or whatever, just put X next to that kingdom. Boom, the entire kingdom wiped out. I don't know how Sabo survives
Bloody hell. I mean, he's got a fruit in it, so that's always a plus. But
it's not even like, oh, that little pot section. The entire kingdom got wiped out.
Gone. Madness. I love it when mad stuff like that happens in One Piece, because you're just like, it takes such a long time to happen, but when it happens, you're like, what is going on here? Like the payoff is always like really cool. Like with One Piece, you have to have so much patience to read it, because there's so much to unpack. But they always come back to like the stuff that they mentioned before. They always come back to it. Just like the most recent character that they're kind of going to ally with, it seems like, is the girl that can what's her name? Is it Bunny or something? With the lipstick.
Joy.
What's her thing again? She eats. Is she the one that eats a lot of stuff? Or
I can't remember.
I can't remember what her fruit is. But like she can turn into a kid for some reason. Does she shapeshift or something? But
yeah, she can turn into a kid. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, she's the girl that eats stuff.
Yeah. So, like, but I forgot that she even existed, and they haven't shown her for like years.
That's the thing. They just drop them. These seemingly obscure characters, and then don't talk about them for ages. Mm-hmm. Even like Blackbeard, like they mentioned, even though he's like a major antagonist, they just drop him. They don't talk about him for like a year or two. Then just randomly comes in for a couple of chapters.
Yeah. He's strong though, damn.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, man.
Bloody hell. So yeah, man. We'll wait for another 5-6 years for it gets to the next point.
Yeah, I wonder how long this next arc will be, because it was the final arc. So
yeah,
it's gonna be long, man. 5-6 years, probably as long as Wano. Wano was long, bro.
Wano was a long ass. arc, man. That arc was long because they had to go to the Ming tribe. Well, it kind of started there, and then they ended up going to Doflamingo's place, and then the Wano arc started properly after that, didn't it?
Yeah.
They had to go to flipping. No, yeah. Actually, yeah, it was started after that because they split up the crews, didn't they? The Doflamingo arc. So,
yeah, it's not ending anytime soon. 5 years is a long time. Man.
By the time it finishes, we're all gonna have kids, bruv.
Yes. We'll still be reading One Piece then.
Yes, definitely. Definitely gonna be reading One Piece.
Do you ever think you'll retire from reading?
No, that's never gonna happen.
Up until your 70s, 80s and stuff.
Up until I am old. I'll still be reading
I wonder if I'm actually gonna. I'll actually think about it sometimes.
One Piece is the greatest story ever told.
Will I ever retire? Because gamers aren't old. Like, games are quite relatively new. So like, I wonder if like 80, 70, 80 will still be playing games.
I hope so. But I can see myself not playing them often because
now I don't play it often. Yeah.
So
talk less when you have wife and kids and bro.
Yeah, wife and kids, you don't have time to play.
Forget it. Look, you play a stupid game. Go on.
But things might change, innit? Culture changes, society changes. So who knows? We might still be old playing video games, but they'll be like the VR games would have been like a lot better now by then. There's a VR place I want to go to that you get bracelets, and then basically what happens is that in the game, let's say something bites you, the bracelets basically you can feel it. Yeah,
I don't know if I want to play that kind of game.
I want to play it.
Imagine like a horror game.
Yeah, it's a horror game. Yeah. You fight shooting zombies and stuff, and then you can actually feel the impact.
That's too much, man.
I want to do it.
No.
But you're in a room like this, in a big room like this, and you actually get the guns, and you can walk around and stuff. Yeah, man. Why not?
Maybe we'll see.
Oh Jesus! All right. Any more spoilers? I don't know if there's anything else.
Nothing else, really. No.
Okay. Cool. I guess let's wrap it up there then.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Oh yeah. Also, She-Hulk is the worst Marvel.
Oh, is it?
Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
was defending it for the first couple of episodes. It is funny to watch, but it is not a good show. Oh. It's not great because like you're watching it and you're like, I know it's not supposed to be taken seriously. I know it's not supposed to be like, all guns blazing and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, if you're not going to do that, it is supposed to be a lawyer show. She doesn't do much lawyering. They do cases and stuff, but the cases aren't even any deep. After watching something like Suits, yeah, but you're like, okay, these guys are lawyers. Like they going into the law thing. She-Hulk is just so like surface level. It's not really that much of a law thing, to be honest. They talk about like people like Wong needs to hire her for something, and then just someone posing a shapeshifter that was doing fraud, and it's like, okay, but they don't really go into what that means legally. You see what I mean? They just go straight. They just go straight to the. I guess they will need like a 45-minute episode to do that, to go into more of like the investigation kind of things. But they just go straight to the courtroom. And then that's pretty much it. They don't do much kind of background work as to like getting evidence and all that kind of stuff. They don't really do much of that. So yeah, it's not great. I'm still watching it because it's a Marvel show.
What episode are you on now?
I think there's 5 episodes or 6 episodes or something.
Oh, so it's not too...
Yeah, the episodes are really short. They're really short.
Yeah, well, the other film will continue if you think it's
not great. It's not great. Like, I'll watch it casually, but don't expect much from it.
Attention, yeah.
There's no need to pay any attention.
Just see if there are any like spoilers that kind of...
Yeah, there's been a couple of Easter eggs in there, but like...
Nothing major.
The most major Easter egg in there has been the X-Men.
Oh, the Wolverine
thing, but that was just a really subtle thing. Like, it doesn't mean much. It's not like the Captain. It's not like the Miss Marvel thing that was like, oh, this is major.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is meh. It's just meh. Bottom. I'll put it way at the bottom.
Really, even worse than. Well, I mean, there won't be. My least favorite was probably Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes, it's worse than
Wow.
Because I liked aspects of, I liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but again, with all the Marvel shows, I keep saying this in different episodes, once it starts getting to the climax, everything seems really rushed. So the payoff isn't as good. So, but yeah, She-Hulk, meh. And I'm not like, I know this is going to sound so weird. I was defending it because there was a lot of bigots that were like, oh, why is it so feminist? Why is it so feminist thing like that? But the way they do it is so on the nose that it's like...
It's kind of like, oh...
It's just corny.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I'm not... Yes, fine. Like, I understand the message. It's a good message saying, look, women have it hard in this kind of way. But if the writing is corny... People are not going to take it, like, they're not really going to get anything from it. They're just going to be like, this is really bad writing. It's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, you remember that first episode when talking about, oh, control your anger? It's like, oh, control my anger all the time.
Yeah.
I found that
well, one guy said, the reason that's bad writing is because you're supposed to show, not tell.
Yeah, not tell, yeah.
So when you're telling people, when you're preaching at people like that in like TV shows, it's not as effective as showing them. So if it was like showing her again harassing the streets, showing her getting mansplained to all the time and all that kind of stuff, it would have been better than her saying, "Oh, I have to do this all the time, therefore I can control my anger." No, that's not the case.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
What you mean? Yeah.
Then you need to, even if that's the case, show it. Don't tell us. You don't need to be spoon fed like that when you're insulting our intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of better at it. And it seems like the system with Marvel now is like they're trying to churn out so much that the quality of things is dropping. And that's the problem. So it's quite, unless they're just trying to get this phase out of the way. But I doubt that's the case because money.
Yeah, they kind of have to step up. I mean, not even step up, just, maybe they need to widen down it, but they're not going to, man. They've announced so much.
Yeah.
And there's so much yet to be announced that is going to come.
Give us quality, man.
I mean, I know eventually they get to the climax, they're going to put all their budget towards the major films and stuff, but you still want some decent side kind of, side shows and I don't know. But it's a good thing I didn't bother watching.
Yeah. Don't worry, don't bother. You're not missing out.
I'll try and...
I'm not missing out. Yeah, and it's very uncomfortable to watch the She-Hulk sometimes because your immersion is really broken. You're like, she shouldn't be there. The graphics are not great.
You can literally see like a line around her. Like it just feels like she's. You can just tell that there's got bare things, gadgets stuck on her, and she's just.
I'm like, when I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, this looks weird, but then you get used to it. But then it's like you have to go through that cycle again every episode, and it's like it hasn't. It's a TV show. They're not going to pump as much money into it, but it just looks weird. It just looks weird, especially when she was twerking. That was very strange. That's the worst one, the worst part of it.
It's just
she didn't need to twerk.
It's kind of funny.
It was funny, but it was just a bit like.
I just find it weird that Megan Thee Stallion came in as herself, rather than just like another character.
That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, I mean it was good, but I was like, I don't know if I really like that. Not like it was Megan Thee Stallion. No, it's like if Michael Jordan was to be actually Michael Jordan in it. It's kind of like Space Jam, he's actually Michael Jordan. Then the Looney Tunes actually know who Michael Jordan is. Oh, Jesus. It's just kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. But,
yeah, man. Yeah. But let's finish it there.
Yeah, man.
Hashtag Loading Time Pod. Catch us on Twitter, catch us on YouTube, and let us know what you think. What are you looking forward to? What do you think of the spoilers? And yeah, we'll just catch you all later.
Yep.
In 2 weeks.
Ciao.
Peace out.